Hi, I'm Sequoiah with Project Tree Collard. Most of us know that tree collards are a perennial vegetable that can live 10 to 20 years, and it's one of the easiest vegetables to grow. But if you want it to live that long, you're going to really need to baby it. You're going to need to start off with really great soil and fertilize and add compost a lot and prune them quite frequently to keep them dense and green and bushy. I actually think it's a little bit smarter to cycle through and let go more frequently of your plants and just start over from your own cuttings from your own plants. And the reason for this is we're in it for food security and reliability year round. So let's say you have 5 tree collared plants. Randomly, I'm making that up. Then you could let go of 2 of them and start over. And then, once those have kicked in to productivity, you could let go of the other 3 or do 2 more and then later do the last one. Something like that. So I'm a tree collard farm, so I'm constantly starting over in all different places on the farm because I'm in it for productivity and being able to eat them year round and provide them year round to the public for sale. So the question is when? When is it time? Like, we all get attached to our plants. We want them to live a really long time, but really what's most important is that the plants are producing greens for us year round so we can eat year round no matter what's going on. Whether it's the beginning of a pandemic and the grocery stores have giant lines, as happened to me in the early pandemic in an urban area, or it's just a great food security plant. So we want to keep ours constantly being productive. We don't want to let them all get scrappy and then we don't have any tree collards to eat. So this video is kind of showing how you can gauge when the time is to give up and start over with your plants.
So how do you actually know that your tree collard isn't going to bounce back with a little pruning and fertilizer and things like that? Like maybe you've neglected it and gotten really busy. Whatever the reasons are for the situation you're in, there's really no surefire way of knowing whether it's going to bounce back or not. But here are some things that can help you make that decision. These are signs or signals that it may be time to start over. So the first step you're going to want to take is to prune your scrappy tree collards and see if they respond. And wait 2 months. So I did this about 2 months ago and came back and looked at it and was sorely disappointed to see that it hadn't put out a lot of new vigorous growth. Look at all of that woodiness. So when your plants are more brown than green and you're not getting vigorous, thick growth, like this is thinner than my pinky, then it's a good sign that it's time to start over. I took cuttings of the row of 5 plants and set them aside in this yogurt container to propagate with.
It's the midway point, and that's the time where you hit subscribe or like, and afterwards you leave some comments about what you've learned or what you're struggling with or what you'd like to see more videos about. Thanks for watching.
A second indicator would be the age of the plant. If you know for a fact that your plant is at least 3 years old and it hasn't responded to pruning or additional watering or fertilizing, whatever else you've tried, it's kind of an indicator that it might be time to let go and take cuttings and start anew. And many, many tree collards can look great over 3 years old. But when they're small and scrappy like this and they're just not responding and they're over 3 years old, it's just time to let go. As I look at the plant, I see the third indicator, which is dieback from some of those cuts. So not only did it not respond vigorously, but a lot of those actually left brown nubs that were died. So that's an indicator that it's in a state of decline. It's not as healthy as it once was, and it would be a good time to thank the plant and let it go and start over. Another indicator that it's time to move on is that the leaves are very small. I think that on this entire row of Michigan tree collards, the longest leaves are like 7 inches. A lot of them are, the green part is just like 4 inches. So that's not going to be very rewarding for cooking. And lastly, when we neglect our plants, often we can't recover from the structural problems they've developed, like having the whole plant leaning over. So in this case, it's been growing into the path for several years, and the whole plant's woody and leaning. And these bare stems here that are brown, I can't cut back in there. It's not going to sprout because they're so woody and because of the health of the plant. You can see other places I cut, I had dieback and I didn't get vigorous growth. So I hope this video helps you understand some of the reasons why it would be good to let go of your scrappy tree collards, why it's not a bad thing, and welcome in the new life that you can start from your own cuttings from your own plants. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.